Curtis, licensed professional counselor, or licensed clinical mental health counselor and counselor educator. I wanted to talk about a recent article we published, and I'm putting a permanent link in the comment box. So be sure to read the article. It's really important on social media that we know that our information is backed, and this has been edited and gone through all the review processes that academic articles have to go through. All right, what I wanted to talk about was betrayal trauma and why it's so severe. Okay, so this is based on research, on working with clients, on personal experiences, because every single one of you have experienced this or know somebody who has. Could be parents or siblings or children or what have you. First of all, the reason betrayal trauma, one of the reasons that it is so severe, and be aware, and you'll see this in the article, that it is considered as severe trauma as types of violence, rape, things experienced in war, large environmental disasters. It ranks right up there with these major traumas, if you will. Class A trauma, I think, might be the wording that they use in the article, in one of the articles we cited. So that when somebody betrays you, oftentimes they are doing it for their own pleasure. Okay, so in this case with infidelity, this isn't about people in open relationships or polyamorous or anything. This is where it's a committed partnership and then somebody cheats. Okay, but they're doing that for their own pleasure against your commitment here. And so that's one of the reasons that this is such a harsh and severe type of betrayal, okay? Because it's not like, somebody was doing something to save themselves or to save their company. Still, it's lies, it's deceitful, but they're actually doing it for their own pleasure and hurting you in the process. Second, trust is, according to Erickson's psychosocial developmental stages, that's the first developmental milestone, is developing trust. If you did not develop trust early on, then this is just one more betrayal, one more reason not to be a trusting person. If you did develop trust, this is a major violation. Okay, remember, early in our formative years is when we learn to trust or mistrust, according to the Erickson stages, and this violates that. So it's one of the reasons why it's so severe, why we experience post-infidelity stress disorder. But this doesn't have to relate strictly to infidelity. This can be when somebody's lied for other reasons, embezzled money, stolen, manipulated people. It can also be that they have been put into a bad light. They lost something, they lost their position, they lost an election or what have you. And this is what they do to try to defend themselves instead of being honest, okay? Because being honest requires strength and courage. And we're talking about people high in narcissism, perhaps even psychopathy, that's ego is very fragile, okay? These are undeveloped personalities. Look at my other videos if you were to see this, particularly related to energy and chakras. Undeveloped chakras in order to recognize, the larger scheme of things in life, such as understanding how our actions impact others. Okay, but let's think about this. Also, the lie continues to traumatize. So if somebody does commit something that's wrong and then continues to lie, it continues this traumatization. In the case of infidelity, two people deciding they're not going to share when they've been caught is just continuing the trauma, okay, for the victim and so forth. So these are just some of the reasons why it's so severe. But lastly, this is much bigger than infidelity, because think of the societal implications of just narcissism in general. One specific example I'd like to talk about are wrongful convictions. There's all kind of Netflix videos. I don't mean to laugh about it. This is severe. And troubling that this happens, but you have prosecutors who are, and probably really angry that somebody has been done wrong. Maybe there was a murder. Clearly they want to find somebody to prosecute. But when they do that just so that they can put a feather in their cap, or just so that they can look to society that they are noble and that they're really working hard, and they're going to do that at all costs and put somebody who is innocent in prison, man, think about the ego involved there. Think about the narcissism, okay? Maybe it's a prosecutor that wants to get elected to different positions and they want to show they've got a bunch of wins, in court, that when wrongs have been done, they've prosecuted. Well, we need to make sure that this is fair and that we've got the right people, and we already know about the wrongful convictions, and thank goodness there's people out there working to right these wrongs, but not enough, okay? So just recognize that this narcissism, this greed, is much larger than just what we've done in this article with infidelity. There's huge implications. All right, be sure to read the full article. I'm going to post some more research that we've done. Take care. Thank you for the good work that you're doing.